Previously on Legacy of Ash.
Well, today is the last day to get the data drop.
Probe!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Pew pew! We should expect more Imperials.
Head back and get the others. I'll wait here for the drop.
Care for a game of Sabacc?
God, Doc, don't you know any other games?
Oh no, more Imperials.
We now return to Legacy of Ash.
I tell you she did.
I say you she did. So the scene opens, the camera is over Remy's shoulder. He's hauling in on a swoop bike. It's still kind of smoking from recent endeavors. You see Z95 swooping over, shooting this Lambda shuttle. The Lambda shuttle takes off, leaving stormtroopers on the ground, shoots at one of the Z95s, blows its engines up, it crashes down on the ground and explodes. The other Z95 swoops back around, hits the Lambda from behind in its engines. The engines kind of combust. The Lambda comes down hard, crashes, explodes as well. And the Z95 kind of tips its wing and flies off. He's done his job. You know, he can't, I mean, resources are tight. You can't be spending fuel cells.
2 Z95s down in that bunker.
And they lost one. Yeah.
Corn is just everywhere.
Yeah, corn is everywhere. There's a whole... definitely crop circles. Right, so you're approaching. You see Imperials surrounding Triz. They're looking like almost like they're going to bind her and take her back to base. What do you do? Dun 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 dun.
So, I'm like driving through corn, right? Yeah, kind of a thing. This is what's going on.
You tell me.
Cobs.
I think I want to try and like sideswipe some of the stormtroopers.
Okay. Now they are pretty tightly circled around Triz, so this is going to be a little bit harder of a piloting check, but nothing a brash Remy couldn't pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you fail terribly, then you hit Triz with your swoop bike. What's the worst you can
I raised my level a little bit.
I toggle the 8 switches.
The repulsors raised me.
Just go up to head level.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right above the corn.
Perfect. All right. Let's sideswipe some stormtroopers.
Okay.
Okay. So to get this to be marvelous, you're going to have to shoot from the corn right off to the side, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not going to have that great of visuals on what you're doing. So it's going to make it a little bit harder.
Yep.
So the difficulty is going to be 2 purples and a red.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to give you 1 setback for lack of visual scanning.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is one that I can't remove with skill jockey.
I'll say this. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Whatevs.
6 or half a dozen.
I do succeed
Okay.
with 3 success and nothing else.
3 success. Okay.
So we're just going to take away Remy's blasters and just give him swoop bikes.
He's just going to fight with swoop bike. He's just that obnoxious character in the game that just drives his car into vehicles. You're GTA. You don't even get out of the vehicle. You don't shoot out the window. You just run over people with your cars.
Drive over people.
All right. So you 2 success or 3 success,
3
right?
success.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say that there's 6 stormtroopers afoot, and you plow into 3 of them. Okay. I'm going to have you roll the force die to see the results.
1 black.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you kill one of them outright by just running into them with a swoop bike, right? His brains are all imploded in his helmet. He's going to have a closed-casket funeral.
No, they just leave him in the armor.
Yeah. You hit him in a motorcycle. You hit him with a motorcycle, and then the other 2 are knocked down, pretty badly wounded. And the others just almost immediately start, and they're going to shoot at you hereby. If you're going to hop off and start firing, you can. If you're just going to drive back into the corn and just be this terrorist, just in and out of the corn, yeah, it's like a scene from Jurassic Park with the raptors, but it's some Corellian like asshole on a motorcycle,
and you just see the big circles in the corn with his swoop bike as he keeps making passes and taking out more.
Yep. And then every other pass, he pulls out into this open clearing, thinking he knows where he's at, but he's not. So he's doing this hard turn. He's like, oh, there's nobody here. Okay, whoop, swoop.
Back to swoop murdering.
All right, so you kill one of them. You incapacitate 2 momentarily. You've still got 3 others. What do you do? Do you hop out and take cover behind the bike and start shooting? Do you drive back into the cornfields?
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so you hop off. You still have element of surprise, so I'm going to give you 1 free attack on these guys. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 setback because Triz is on the ground and you're outnumbered. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm going to. I have quick draw now, so I can draw 1 blaster for free, and I'll use my other maneuver to draw the other.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot these guys.
Okay, I am going to flip a destiny point to make it too light for you guys.
Okay. Range light again. Okay. And
so
the
two
difficulty goes up.
blaster just increases difficulty by 1, right?
Yes. Okay.
All right, so this is medium range, and you have the 1 setback. Okay.
Oh, it's medium range?
Oh, it could be short range.
I was thinking it was
probably
short because they were
Okay.
tied in there.
You could use the stormtroopers to kill your
My only thought was that when you hit him, you probably drifted for a little while before you hopped off and got cover,
Oh, okay.
which would put it at medium range, because medium range isn't that far.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do medium.
Well, medium is only two bad dice anyways. You already had the purple and the red.
Yeah, but I'm shooting with 2 guns.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, just 1 advantage.
Alrighty. So 1 advantage, so you fire wildly. They kind of scramble, you miss them. What would you like your 1 advantage to be? Now remember, we like 95% of the time we only use 1 advantage to recover strain.
Yeah.
Or have perfect hair days for Spacebook.
Yeah, I guess I'll recover strain.
Okay.
I don't have much else I can do
Yeah.
with that. I don't
Unfortunately,
think.
we kind of reserve two or more for cool shit.
The stormtroopers are very distracted by the smell of burning popcorn.
Ooh.
and exposed brain.
Yeah. And you still have your danger boner. So they're just very confused. Right, so they are going to kind of scramble. Only 3 are going to shoot at you. So that's going to be 2 yellows and a green. You do have cover, so they have a setback. They're not going to aim because they're scrambling. And they're at medium range, so that's 2 purples. Would you like to flip a destiny point or no?
No.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Pretty lackluster. They're going to have 2 success with 1 threat.
Okay.
So, 2 success equals 11 damage.
Ow.
Yep.
Minus 3 is 9. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
No.
No,
8.
8, yeah. So
I'm
take
good
8
at math.
8 damage.
Okay.
Okay. 3 stormtroopers left, 2 of them unconscious, 1 dead. It is your turn.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot. Hopefully better this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am gonna aim using 2 blasters.
Okay. Destiny point?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Make you count. Save the captain.
Okay.
You could even, like, if you're just racing into, like, you know this is not going to go well for you, especially, like, you being half on
You could
your hit
just
points.
run at 'em.
You could just run at them, honestly,
'Cause you can
and then
set
you
restraint
would
to
get
take
rid of a
another maneuver.
purple.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Rather than
And then you just take 2 strain and you still get to aim.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're jumping over the bike, really cool. Like.
Leaping off the bike, getting high ground
Yeah.
for just a brief moment. Okay.
Remy is so cool.
Okay, those 2 cancel. That will
I see what, 3 success, 2 advantage?
go away to just a success. Yep. I got 4 success, 1 advantage. I'm going to use
that's
my
enough.
second chances. If I can get 2 advantages, then I can, or if I can get 1 more advantage, I can activate my second gun
Oh, okay.
to hit. Which
Okay. So you're re-rolling a die for what?
I had this one go out. I have a talent called Second Chance. Once
Okay.
per encounter, choose a number of positive die equal to ranks in second chances and re-roll them.
Deal.
So I'm just hoping for at least an advantage.
Okay.
Which
Hey.
I got it! Nice! So
Gifts from home.
I do a total of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage.
18. Okay. So minus 5 is 13. 1 hit. 1 stormtrooper had 1 hit point left, so you kill 1. So that makes 2 dead, 2 unconscious. And then how much did you have left? After 6. 6 minus 13 is 7.
Yes.
Okay. So then you kill another one, and one is so there's one left, and he's halfway dead.
And it looked so cool.
It looked pretty cool. You land, and he's gonna like.
I land and I just like pull up a gun, not even worrying about him, and like blow the smoke out.
Yeah. So he's on his back. He got shot. All stormtroopers fall and almost die.
Yeah.
He's gonna fire one last shot as he's like dying. It is short range, so it only has one purple.
Yeah.
Wait, he's got a rifle though, doesn't he? Oh, short, not
It's just
engaged.
short. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
engaged because he stuck his landing. So I think we're just gonna aim.
Oh God!
And so really it's just one purple and 4 good dice. So here we go. Alright. I'm bad blanked out.
Oh no.
So 3 success, 2 advantage. It's gonna hit you for 12 damage or something.
Yeah, that's gonna do a lot of damage.
Okay. And then he kind of falls unconscious. So the camera pans out to this wide shot of like everyone unconscious, like a burned out husk.
Nothing but corn blowing in the wind.
Corn just blowing in the wind. There's like a fire started from 2 ships blowing up, and we're just gonna wide shot like dolly crane out of this kind of mess, and we're gonna cut back to the city, the spaceport.
Do we want to roll my crit real quick?
Yeah, that's probably a thing.
Ouch. Am I the only one that had existing crits?
24 from previous session. Those probably would have healed though, honestly.
Oh,
it's
thank
been
you.
like 6 weeks. Yeah. All right, 24 is not bad. You're off balance while unconscious. Okay.
So just amazing.
So you didn't do any coordination.
You landed like a Skyrim character. Your butt's in the air, your arms are back, and your head's all janky.
Full range.
Yeah, so just easy off balance.
All right.
It's already accounted for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, so it cuts back to the spaceport, and it also goes back in time a little bit. We see RC kind of out and about walking around, and he sees a military shuttle flying overhead, and he kind of watches its trajectory, and he knows it's heading straight for where the data drop is. He's been looking at his chronometer all day, trying to... Well, not the bunker, the drop point.
Oh, it's further out?
Yeah,
I
well,
figured they were
it's
kinda
off
the
the
same
path.
direction.
It's a 15-minute speeder bike race, remember, or round trip. So it's heading towards the place he's expecting. Things probably went sour. So he's going to get on the last speeder bike that you guys have, and he's going to haul tail back to town. Now, this is one of those, not back to town, back to the bunker. Now, this is one of those that he's modded heavily, so it doesn't look like a police cruiser. But he gets on his bike, closes his shop for the day, lets his rag kind of air out. He'll clean the counters more tomorrow. Yeah. He gets on a speeder bike and zips back to the bunker. He like bursts in the door, and you and Doc are doing what?
We're probably just watching TV at this point. Like, I've played so many games of Sabak with this droid that,
Yeah.
like, I've taken all this money, and he's just trying to, like, offer me lollipops, and I really don't want any more of these hot
I'm
candy
sick of them,
lollipops.
man. They're 15 years old. Okay.
Like,
I
the
like
first
that you
one is,
think-
like, sentimental.
I like
and then
that you
after
think
that's
you've
like,
taken
God,
all
this
Doc's
candy
money when
was
Doc is
garbage.
programmed to cheat in Sabak like a motherfucker.
I just cheat better.
That's fair. You have 15 years newer cheating techniques.
Nobody plays Sabak fair.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I like how his cheating techniques are 15 years old, so they're like the gold standard of cheating back in the dark ages.
I always know
before
exactly
the
what he's
Empire,
doing.
you know. Yeah. So
Before the dark times.
before the dark times, before the Sabak cheats. All right. So Doc or RC pulls up, and he just like meep meep. Yeah, you guys swapped out the horn with a funnier sounding horn for some reason.
Yeah, he can't honk it and have to go whoop whoop.
Yeah. Meep meep. It's like a little scooter. It's like a little speeder scooter. Yeah.
Speeder pen.
Yeah, the T-15 horn. Yeah. All right, so he bursts in. He's like, "We got trouble. We need to get out to the drop right now. Get your shit, man."
Just like stand up from the couch and walk over towards
There's
the
a
door.
butt groove and like chips all over your shirt.
It's been a day.
Would you tidy up around this place while there's some downtime, mate? Look, that's for another conversation.
Doc,
that's
this
for
is
our
on
next
you.
meeting. We gotta get out of here. Our friends might be in trouble.
Right, yeah. There it is. Grab my rifle.
Okay, we jump on the swoop bike. He hauls ass. You're sitting back facing. We pull up to the scene as like 2 stormtroopers are kind of like getting back up, kind of brushing themselves off and assessing the situation, calling in for comms. Just boom, boom, put them out of their misery. Wake you guys up. You check the data drop. It is transferring. You guys get on the 2 remaining speeder bikes.
Scrounge all the power packs and whatever we can find.
Just
They
loot
stab me with the
the back to stay.
and I'm like, I was so cool.
Yeah. Come on, get it. We gotta go. So
Remy, you got some corn in your hair.
Yeah, and in his little shaggy beard.
Shaggy beard.
It is, he's just a hot mess. Just a lot of carbon scoring, if you will. RC picks up Triz, rides her back on the speeder bike. Bruto and Remy ride back on the speeder bike.
I wasn't gonna say
you guys get back, and Doc immediately starts tending to your guys' wounds. You guys are pretty lit up, but safe in the security of your bunker. You guys turn on the 2 channels that RC has. They're both local news. Yes. Terrorists were found out in the cornfields today. Blah, 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 blah. So you guys, there's a picture of Remy and Triz looking, Triz looking really confused, and Remy looking kind of terrified.
Remy, did you post this to your Spacebook?
Not yet. That's an ugly picture.
I'm on the local news, though. I have to. My mom's going to be so proud.
Look, there's a much better picture for me to post out there.
How about you just don't, okay?
If I could get the black box from the TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
TIE Fighter?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I need someone to slice into the Imperial government's database. There will be an awesome video of me shooting down a TIE Fighter from a speeder bike.
You didn't do that.
There's no way, mate. You can't shoot a TIE Fighter.
You can't
even shoot at a TIE Fighter.
The guns don't point that high.
I jumped off of a jump.
A jump? Did you build a nice
Is that why the repulsor
there?
lift is all criffed up? That thing was
That's coming out of your wages, by the way.
Look, I thought I had it working good.
You guys get wages?
Yeah.
You can too if you pay 1,000 credits.
You're not paying your 1,000 credits.
And then you just need to get 2 people in below you. You've already got Doc.
Remy.
Listen, you've already eaten 1,000 credits of my rations, okay? If anything, I own your damn ship already because of the amount of waste you guys have put through me. Listen, that's neither here nor there. Data drop, do we have it?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look.
Take that.
Let's go ahead and take a look. I need you to do a easy, average computer's check to decrypt it.
I need yellow dice.
Let's
Average, you said?
Yeah.
Average, you say? Anything else?
Probably a setback, but I figure you probably already avoid that.
Yeah.
Did any of my wounds damage get healed by Doc?
Yeah, we'll do that here in a second.
Okay.
I have 2 success. That's it.
So you decrypt it.
Because I'm an elite hacker. I hack like
We're gonna put on some bunker music
Power
real
fist.
quick.
Is it nice urban?
All right.
Someone close the elevator!
All right. So, look, RC's a very sensible man. He's before your time.
I like that his whole bunker, he went and wired ceiling speakers in each room just so he can broadcast like this.
He hooks up his Zune to the yeah. Right. So you decrypt the information. It's going to take you a little bit of time to wade through it. So we're going to do medical checks. And I honestly can never remember how these happen. Dun, 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 dun. I remember Stimpack rules. He Stimpacks you guys. So who's injured? You're both pretty much past your threshold or were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he is going to give you guys each 2 Stimpacks. However, they're very old. Right?
We also had to stim you to get you out in the field.
That's thematics. So they just slapped you until you woke up. You're you're each gonna heal for 7 wounds. Okay.
Okay.
That's 2 stim packs, and normally we do the 5 and then the diminishing returns per 1 per day kind of thing. But his are so old that I already discounted 1 off the top. So he's stim
That's an
packs.
ugly looking needle.
Well, and not only that, it's not even like the crisp, clean sky blue anymore. It's like a murky. It's like
You just injected them.
get well soon. So, like, Doc is inspecting you. He's like, you got a boo-boo? Yeah. I got shot by stormtroopers. That's very dangerous. You're so brave. It's kind of like Chewie and that woman from 7. Oh, that's very brave of you.
You know she couldn't understand a word he was saying.
But the bad lip reading is perfect of it. Right. So you guys both heal up, and the dead drop stuff. So
Right.
looking at it, you guys find out that the shipment is going to happen in 2 days. Okay, so you guys have 2 days to prepare, and it will be going from the spaceport through a specific route out of town, and then it'll hit a checkpoint out of town where it'll link up with more Imperial escorts and kind of head out towards the Imperial facility, which is kind of nearby, a couple kilometers away or whatever. So you guys decode the information, you're looking at it, and there's a specific path it's going to take in 2 days from the spaceport to the edge of town, and then edge of town there's going to be more Imperials linking up with it. There will be TIE fighters scheduled to survey the area, but with the city, it'll be a lot harder for them to do anything about any sort of attack. But out in the open fields, TIE fighters will wreck anything that kind of lines it up.
As we just saw.
Yep, as we just saw. And that was just one of them. So, you guys definitely realize that attacking the city is your best recourse, or your best course. It looks like it has X amount of tons of foodstuffs. It has 3 power cores, one of which is specifically easily converted into the hypermatter ionizer, sublight ionizer.
The MacGuffin.
Space and ship stuffs that Martin making up. So spaceship stuffs, one will be easily converted. The other 2 are pretty much non-compatible with the type of ship that he has. You guys were welcome to anything that wasn't weapons or foodstuffs, and there's just kind of like a bunch of random other stuff that I could roll on a list if we wanted to, but
yeah, we'll see if we get it.
Yeah. But there's also a note at the bottom that says additional assets may be deployed under discretion of, and it has an official kind of
some base commander.
Yeah, I mean, if you were handed to Remy, he would tell you that it's an Imperial identification system, but it just ends with Chimera. So you guys have the manifest, you guys have the route, you guys have the complement of troopers.
Is it just going on like a truck or like a flatbed?
It's like a hover truck kind of thing.
A hover truck.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's not like we need to break into a train or like an armored car.
No, it's a little bit more like an armored car, but it's not nearly as impenetrable.
As armored as they want to make foodstuffs.
Yeah, I mean it's Northern Reach Dantooine, you know, like
Farmers are gonna poke at it.
It doesn't have blaster-proof windows, but it does have tinted windows. Like you can't see who you're shooting at, but you can definitely shoot through it. Yeah,
that's not a moral concern of mine.
Yeah. So it'll be happening middle of the day, probably about 4 p.m. The city's going to be densely populated, so you guys know that there will be complications there. A lot of people, which will actually work to your benefit of being kind of drop of surprise, less chance of this music is killing me. Less chance of being caught or caught before it goes off.
And fortunately, today's Tuesday. So in 2 days.
Oh my
It'll
goodness.
be Thursday. I'll be able to walk on the streets.
300% more clicks to moon.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So what is the plan? What are you guys thinking? You guys will need some sort of. You guys will need someone to kind of trigger the ambush. Lots of explosions, maybe. For you guys to be able to take out 8 stormtroopers as quickly as possible is primary concern. Secondly, is getting into the shipment as quickly as possible, getting the stuff out as quickly as possible, because there's several tons of foodstuff. So rebels might be able to help you out with driving the truck away or whatever. Like basically, the foodstuffs is just determined for you guys. Your sole purpose is to destroy the guard and keep them from retaking the shipment for a couple minutes while the rebels can grab everything they need and disappear. So you guys are all pizzazz and destruction and expendable.
We're
Absolutely.
hit 'em hard.
What was that?
We just need to hit them hard and
Hope to
Hit
survive.
them hard and
Like-
make a big splash long enough to keep the Imperials shooting at you and not at the others. What's the plan?
Well, I think I need to prepare some explosives
Okay.
of a certain kind.
Yep. I will also say that for your character, probably most likely, you can delegate this to someone else, is there will be no further updates on this manifest. So if you do want to confirm any updates from additional resources allotted from ISB agent Chimera, you have to go into town and slice in and see if there's any updates to the manifest.
Well, I'll definitely want to do that.
Okay.
Or try to.
But that'll cut into your bomb making time.
Right.
Yeah, because you only have, a day and a half to prepare. Or I guess 2 days. It's probably evening, so just under 2 days. Alright, I'll let you think on that. What are your guys' jobs in this mission, and how do you prepare for it?
Probably just shoot
Okay.
the stormtroopers.
So are you going to recon the city to get the best... You guys have no idea when the best strike point of the ambush is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming around a corner, down a long stretch. Think about... You guys have information. The more you utilize it,
That's
better
what
it's
I want to
gonna-
do. Is I want to scout the route,
Okay.
and find our best ambush spot.
Okay.
The place where we can hit them and
Someplace I can really
Easily
hide
defendable,
charges
maybe?
and-
Yeah.
Okay. Something with high ground, something with good firing arcs, stuff like that. Okay. Triz, you know that there are some weapons in RC's bunker that maybe are not battle ready, and they're so big and obnoxious that we haven't had a chance to put some work into them. So maybe, do you have any mechanics by chance? Because unfortunately,
For you.
Bruto's time is very precious in preparing to be a saboteur.
No, not really.
Okay. So here's an opportunity for you as well. With Var gone, you're kind of somewhat the face of the group just because of circumstance of being the captain, right?
Yeah.
So you could go into town and barter out some of these older weapons for maybe, maybe you could trade out 4 for 1 operational one, right? And you could get something big, something fun to kind of
He's
help.
not going to miss them. I mean, once
They're inoperable.
we're out as soon as we can.
Yep. So, is that good for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So, we're
That's
gonna
my jam.
kind of cut to a montage. Let's see if I can't find a little bit better montage music. I won't worry about it. So we'll.
They're all 80s music anyway.
They're all 80s music. We'll just keep the party going with this shit.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, we're like on the cusp of
Soothing.
bomb making,
Yeah,
and
of
ambushing.
domestic terrorism,
Yeah.
and just some
Yeah,
laid
whatever
back,
it takes to survive.
laid back.
We are
chill music.
Wolverines.
So, I'm gonna have some checks. Okay, who wants to go first? And I'm gonna kind of give you guys X amount of time to prep for this kind of stuff. I'll let you guys kind of figure out how much time and energy you put into it. If you put too much time and energy, then you're too exhausted heading into it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start with Bruto. You obviously have quite a bit of stuff to do.
I think I would slice before making my bomb so that I would know
Okay.
what I might need to make.
Okay, deal. I'm gonna have you make an incredibly hard computers check.
Yay.
So you are basically hacking through proxy servers and all this other hacker bullshit stuff that right. Right. So I'm just gonna make it 3 purples and a red.
Okay.
Now, the good news is that if you fail, they're not going to find you unless you roll a despair. Okay.
Good.
So
Roll a spare.
right. So, and I'm going to use a destiny point to upgrade another purple to a red.
Time to really roll a despair.
Let's get this chilled music rolling, bros.
Yeah, I need to relax. Can I aim my hacking?
It depends on which universe we're
Star
hacking
Wars,
in.
right? Well, the really ugly one didn't show up, so... Unfortunately, I have 1 advantage.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, there's a lot of stuff you can gain with that one advantage. Unfortunately, it's not terribly high, so you can't get a lot of cool shit.
Right.
But you don't gain any additional information on the route. However, you were probably prying into some of the Chimera files, trying to gain any information.
That's a great TV series name.
It's kind of like the Dresden Files, but, Chimera. Thinking about stuff, you can gain information on some of her cadre, right?
Yeah.
Or you could gain information on how long her manifest is to stay here, or her mission objectives. You can gain like one really cool piece of information on anything dealing with her or her cadre or her mission.
I'll take mission objectives.
Okay.
Why is she here? What does she want?
So obviously you guys still see a lot of Vox posters around town, video posters, stuff like that.
I'd be so happy.
He would just be so humble about it as well. Recently, he was told that he was worth several 100,000 credits. I mean, like his head is already getting bigger than it already is. It's a very large dome. All right, so her mission from Imperial High Command is to locate the droid at any cost. They are not giving her a blank check of resources, but this is all of a sudden one of the higher initiatives in the Imperial ISB protocol. She has been relieved of all duties indefinitely until her mission is achieved. So finding Vox is her number one priority, and she will be likely hunting you guys as long as it takes.
She should really be searching like the beach planets and vacation resorts.
Yeah, anywhere where blue-skinned, blue bikinied sex offenders are registered.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So the information is usable in some ways. Okay. Obviously, it seems pretty bad. Chimera is here to stay, and she is solely hunting the crew of the Cobalt Crate for the purpose of getting Vox. Now, the good news in that is that makes her predictable.
That means she doesn't want to kill us.
She needs the droid.
Right.
At any cost. If she has to kill somebody to get it, then that's something, but most likely information is more important than a dead body.
Oh, I have all sorts of information.
Yay!
Great help.
Yeah, so that makes her predictable in her actions, such as, she'll always be one step behind you, so you guys might be able to lay traps for her in the future or whatever. But that is also overwhelming that the Imperials are placing that much priority onto that little droid. And I feel like the crew might want to know that as well, or maybe not, depending on...
Fix that after the mission.
Okay.
There are other things they really need. I think they probably already know that. But
yeah, but maybe not to the extent, So I will say, go ahead and roll me a force die.
Oh, your force die.
My force die's been rolling pretty big,
But not like that.
No, yeah.
Double white? Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that you've kind of noticed just in town, there's an eerie sense, right? While you're in town slicing and stuff like that, you see a ship fly overhead. And it's a different kind of ship than you've seen in a long time. It is a Imperial bulk cruiser, and it's heading towards the military base. Now, it's not so big that it can carry AT-ATs, but it is so big that it can carry ATSTs or ATPTs. So you have a very disconcerting feeling that there might be armor.
We're gonna need a bigger bomb.
There might be armor either on the escort route or maybe even in town.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're going to cut to somebody else. We also do have the back-end dossiers from Imperial Intelligence that I'm sure you guys want to follow up on too. Did you want to do that before the mission prep as well?
Probably. I imagine they would have come up right as we were reading the document.
Yeah. So for Asha, I'm going to have everybody roll a force die every time their request comes up, just to see how much information the Imperials have on them, because it is very random, but this gives you the opportunity for it. Okay.
Single black.
Single black. Generally, I think if it's double white, you'll get as much information as possible, which is also kind of bad.
Yeah, it's like, is it better to fail this? Because then they don't know?
Yeah. So, Asha is listed... she is listed in Hut Space by the Imperials. She is listed to be... last known location was Tatooine. And she is suspected to be one of the kind of henchmen of sorts of one Jabba the Hutt. Alright, Remy, go ahead and roll for Bria.
Single black.
Okay. She... So, her status is listed as basically kidnapped.
By one
Remedal Novus. She was last reported on Hope's Light Station, research station. She is suspected to have sold into human slavery or location still at large.
Remy, what you did?
Alright, we're going to cut to Var and then Lurbo. So, we'll do those.
On that.
Right, Var. So it says that her location is classified, and it's classified by ISB.
They would.
Now, had you gotten white or double white, you definitely would have gotten more information. Okay,
The
Lurbo.
Force giveth and the Force taketh.
Black.
Okay.
Everyone rolled a single
Everyone
black.
rolled a single black. Good information. Lorbo is registered as dead. Euthanized at an Imperial facility.
Ooh, that's not a good end.
Yeah, I kind of figured that'd probably be what happened though.
That's not a good.
It really pays to be one of Remy's friends, doesn't it?
Trying to see that.
With friends like these, alright?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you get it only if you watch Friends Like These.
Watch Friends Like These.
Okay. So that's kind of the information. Because you guys all rolled single blacks and it was fairly depressing news, I'm going to have everybody's strain thresholds down by 3
Boo.
for the mission. So that means your cap will be 3 lower than it actually is.
This is going to be a stressful mission.
It sure is. And you're very distracted for it.
I'll go buy extra cigarettes.
Right, so Remy, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Or you can use Streetwise.
Perception. Difficulty?
I'm going to say it's a longer path through town, and you haven't had a chance to be in town a lot, and you're very much wanted by the authorities and your pictures everywhere, so
It's alright.
it's going to be...
I'm wearing sunglasses.
Oh, gotcha. And you got a little curly cue in your hair? Okay. It's going to be a hard check. And I'm going to give you 1 setback because you don't really want to go into locations to see where, like, can we hide in the shop? Can we go upstairs in the shop? Like, you can't really go into too many public places because people will definitely recognize you.
Okay.
So you're just kind of walking around the streets, kind of casually eyeballing everything, but you're not able to get your hands on things. You're not able to get to different elevations and stuff.
Okay.
And remember, you can't use the Force for stuff like this because this is mission prep.
Okay, we're going in blind.
2 threat.
2 threat. All right. So you think someone spots you, and I'm just going to have you have a setback on your next check.
Okay.
Okay? Especially related to mission prep. Okay. All right, Triz, I'm going to have you... you can do... this will probably be the best way to go about this is ranged heavy, right? You're talking guns with a gun enthusiast, right? Those farmers, they love talking about they guns and they corn. All right, so you're doing ranged heavy. I'm gonna make it. You're trading someone 3 four pieces of trash for 1 piece of heavy machinery. So I'm going to make it 3 purples. Especially under the occupation. And I'm going to give you... actually, I'm going to do purples and a red. So just cash out 1 purple for a red. And do you have any ranks in negotiation?
No.
Okay.
How about
All right, because I was going to say I'll give you a boost for that, but okay, I think that's your dice pool then. Now, if you roll a despair, someone recognizes you. Okay. Sure enough, no, she did not roll the despair, but it almost did. So let's start cross canceling. That purple and the green cancel. These 2 cancel, right?
Yeah.
I see 2
All right.
success and 2 threats.
2 success, 2 threats. So you are able to swap these guns. What did Bruto tip you off that you guys might need the most? Are we talking about...
Big and boom.
Are we trying to get a rocket launcher? Are we trying to get just a heavy cannon?
I don't know, Triz. What do you want to boom more? You want to boom with rockets or boom with a whole bunch of blaster shots at once? Or boom with disruptor?
I think a rocket would be pretty cool.
Rocket tube with shots.
Okay, so with 2 success, you are able to get him to trade you kind of some junk. I'm going to give you 4,000 credits worth of trade. Okay? Now, you guys can always pitch in more credits. How much do you guys have as a party?
Like, let me check the corporate card real quick. 10,000 and 20.
So you guys have up to 14,000. A missile tube, which is as big and boom as they get, is 7.5. Okay, so that's going to cost you 3,500 credits to get a missile tube, and it has 1 shot with it. Okay, and then you're going to have to buy additional ammo. Okay, you can get anti-vehicle mines for 1,500 each. You can get thermal detonators, which are like big, like
grenades.
Super duper grenades, for 2K each. He's giving you 4K store credit.
I need to meet this guy. What is he doing on Dantooine?
But his supplies are extremely limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
What should I get?
Well, I think mines would be useful as long as we don't accidentally blow up the truck. Thermal detonators can be fun too. A missile tube, though, would be awesome. I think they all would be pretty awesome.
So let's talk opportunities. If you guys do have armor show up, thermal detonators are going to be
Less useful.
very less
Okay.
useful. However, if mech troopers show up, or experienced special forces stormtroopers show up, thermal detonators are going to be way more useful than like an anti-vehicle mine. If there is armor, and Bruto's terrified there is, and I'm probably going to roll to see what happens, is missile tube is going to be the bee's knees, and anti-vehicle mines are going to be great, but only if they're in amazing spots, if Remy did a great job scouting.
Yay.
Remy's gonna tell you he did a great job, Scott.
Yeah, that's the...
And
Yeah.
then we get there and he's like, what street is this?
Wait, have I been here?
I guess the missile.
Missile tube?
tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are going to have to chunk out 3,500.
Ugh. Republic
Okay.
credits?
And then how
How
many?
much for ammo?
Yeah.
So, that is a good question.
I'm assuming ammo is the most expensive part of it.
Or it's free because it's not mentioned.
Yeah.
Buy one, get 3 free.
I would get missiles.
Unlimited.
It's in like a plastic wrap too. Like it's just like a pop case. It's just a missile tube and like 3 rockets. Yeah, you don't want to be in the field sitting there to try to open those stupid like melted plastic cases.
Well, like the marine.
Additional ammo for the missile tube costs 500. per pack of 6, but I'm going to say that because of the oppression, or because of the lack of resources, it's going to be 500 per missile.
He's bleeding us dry. Beat him up and we'll steal his stuff.
I'm about
I'm
to.
kidding. I'm totally kidding. You don't kill an arms dealer
You want to
and
bet?
steal their product.
You'd be surprised.
All right, so additional missiles are going to cost you 500 credits each because of the insane demand for
Does it
them.
come with a shot?
It comes with one
one.
shot.
Okay.
So
3 spares? Give you 4 shots?
now, here's the other thing too.
5, 6.
There's only really 2 kinds of people who are buying product from him: rebels and mercenaries. Okay. Each come with a sort of fee for him to not talk to the Imperials. And it's going to be 10% of whatever you buy. Total value.
So we had the missile tube.
Which was 7,000, right?
7.5.
7.5.
Three more.
That would give us 4 shots, I think. I'm hoping that would be sufficient. And if armor doesn't show up, then you can do some very mean things to stormtroopers.
So you're buying three extras?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that's going to cost you, what, 9,000? And then 10% of that, is that 900?
Yeah.
Yep. So, even 10?
We'll
Did
give
you
him
throw
10
in
and then
anything
you
good for like a bulk purchase?
3 functional rockets in a city that's completely locked down by the Imperials. Technically 4 rockets.
You gave him 10, asked for change back, and
Yeah.
he just laughed at you.
Yeah, he kind of grumbles. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Points to his side that says,
"Oh,
"Cashier
I'm
doesn't carry
sorry,
more than
is
20
there-
credits and change."
Is there another arms dealer that you had in mind?"
So if
10k for the lot.
work over 10k.
All right. Whew. Bruto says, "Oh man, keep the receipts."
Somewhere, while Bruto is sitting there hacking, he's like, "What just happened?
We're packing lunches now, boys.
Triz!"
Alrighty.
Dine and dash, come on.
Okay. So, page 173 in Age of Rebellion is
Okay.
your missile tube. So go ahead and write that down.
Okay.
On 73.
When it's relevant.
Alrighty. What else is needed to prep for said mission?
I need to make some bombs.
Yes, you do. Okay. So go ahead and roll some mechanics.
What am I looking at for difficulty?
Are you making these pretty much from scratch, or are you really gutting what you guys have left?
I'm probably gutting what we've got left.
Okay.
Repurposing things.
Alrighty. I'm gonna say that it's 3 purples.
I'll use
And I'm
them.
gonna make one of them a red just because you're making explosives.
making?
Yep.
I'm not a terrorist. I'm a freedom fighter.
Okay, and you're using the force?
Yeah.
So that will give me one more dark. Okay. For each
No
success,
triumphs,
for each success, you'll get 1 useful explosive.
I have 3 successes.
Okay.
And 1 threat.
Okay. So, your 3 successes, I'll let you pick between frag grenades, stun grenades, or armor-piercing grenade. But armor-piercing grenades cost 2 successes per.
They're probably just frags.
Okay, so you have 3 frags. Alrighty, write them down. Add them to the list. I won't worry about your threat. Actually, I'll just say that it costs you 100 credits for resources, for materials.
Okay.
You guys just blew 10k and he's like 100 credits. He's like, "Arr, arr." Cool. Alright, what else do you guys want to do for mission prep? You guys have 4 rockets, 3 grenades, your weapons on hand,
And a partridge in a pear tree.
and a great location to ambush. So what was your roll again? You did
I just had a threat.
okay, a single threat. So you didn't really find a great spot to ambush. Is probably the thing, and you can roleplay that however you want, but any spot is as good as any other from what your patrol was. Cool. So I'm probably going to have Remy and Triz do one more thing because Bruto did too. So what other stuff to prep for would you guys do? You can link up with the rebels. You can.
I was sort of thinking maybe going and like purchasing fake tickets off planet
Okay.
to maybe try and throw Chimera off our trail. Hopefully lightening the load of whatever forces she may send.
Okay.
So like using one of our or a set of our aliases that they know of, like the last ones that you guys broadcasted to Chimera's ship.
Something.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be a probably. It's going to cost you credits and probably be a deception, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So and how many tickets are you buying? Like, tell me some of the details so I know what difficulty to make it and all that stuff.
I just want to buy one ticket, and just basically for Remy.
Okay.
And it's I want to try and get a chartered flight leaving around the same time the
Okay.
escort mission is supposed to.
All right.
Go
So for the cost of your last destiny point, I'll give you a big piece of advice that would really help your ruse.
Okay.
Okay. You should additionally buy a equipment passenger for a droid as well, signaling that you're leaving off-world with the droid that they're looking for. That'll disperse a lot of assets towards that whole thing.
Okay.
All right, so just for you and the droid is going to cost, we'll say, 1,000 credits for transport. Obviously, it's under Imperial lockdown. There's no easy way to fake this kind of thing. To buy, most transports aren't even leaving planet, let alone taking passengers, let alone taking.
There's
illegal-
smugglers in all
Yeah.
areas of the galaxy.
Yeah. So if it costs Han Solo to fly Luke, 15,000 credits or whatever for like a 3-day trip, it's going to cost you 1,000 credits for bulk transport.
So
So
borrow a couple hundred credits.
Yes.
all right. So you spend 1,000 credits to even
We're actually
get
gonna have
this
to do some
ruse.
goddamn work.
Okay. So now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to find Chimera's card.
How much did you take out?
I just took 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for the mission. It makes sense to pay for the corporate card.
Okay.
Keep your receipts.
So I'm
You
going to
went
find.
with them. We're not giving him the corporate card.
Okay. So here's the deal. What is deception opposed by? Is it vigilance?
Discipline.
Discipline? Okay. So here's what's going to happen.
Yep.
You're going to have 2 purples and a red as a base difficulty. Okay. You will have a boost from a false alias that Bruto had made from before. Okay. You'll have a setback because the world is under Imperial lockdown. Okay. However, because you spent a destiny point and you bought tickets for Vox, I'm going to give you 2 free upgrades. 2 free upgrades from green to yellow.
Okay.
Or adding greens if you're already capped on yellows.
Okay. And plus the one.
Plus the one from you being paranoid that you'll be recognized in public.
I mean, that could turn into a boost, though.
Yeah, but if you fail, if you want to go that route, if you fail, then you're arrested while buying tickets. Versus.
How does influence work again?
So we're basically buying tickets off-world for one Jason Kablastian and
Ricky Fontaine.
Is that the one you're going with? Okay, Ricky, you're blowing your Ricky Fontaine. All right.
Where did the last names go? I know I have.
We're good. I don't think that's relevant to anything the rest of the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, roll it.
Okay.
I see a triumph.
I see a triumph as well. I also see more failures than triumphs.
No.
Well,
So-
that's generally statistics. I'm hoping you're meaning successes.
Okay. I have 1 failure,
Okay.
4 advantage, a triumph, and a light side point.
What?
All right. So let's go through that. Let's go through that again. You have 1 triumph. Got
4 advantage,
it. Got it.
light side point,
Got it.
and I fail.
With
Okay.
1 failure.
So you can use your light side point to instill a positive emotion in the person, right? So I think that what's best is just using that to guarantee that he doesn't say anything. So maybe using that emotion to influence him to take pride or something in Dantooine, and
Dang, I wish I knew for certain if someone was following me.
okay.
Because then I would like to influence that person that, like, the best plan of action it would be, or, like, with kind of a cunning, like, that he can trap me in a trap at this, as the ship leaves the planet type of a thing.
Well, this light side, or this is your interaction with the guy selling you the tickets and whether or not he recognizes you and stuff. Because this whole ruse is to make all your ducks in a row to leave planet, right? And so Chimera's going to be very suspicious of this. You failed to divert too many resources away from Dantooine, or away from this northern spaceport.
Okay.
So that was ultimately what the check was, is
Right.
to divert resources away to follow you. However, you do have a lot of secondary benefits now, right? You have a lot of advantage. You have a positive emotion you can cast into the whole thing, and then you have a triumph. So let's figure out what that means.
Yeah. it's
So
really
with your
interesting.
triumph on your deception, we can use that to set up something with Dago, if you want.
Okay.
Like an opportunity to just bring him free. Chimera is aware that you're on planet, right? Once this ruse goes through, she sees that tickets for Ricky Fontaine were purchased to go off planet. She knows you're here. Or she knows beyond a doubt. I mean, she's also seen your picture and stuff like that, but she knows that you're
She said me
traveling into the
being
city.
awesome, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's heard of your exploits. She knows that you're being brash, and she kind of respects that. So we can use the triumph to get her to expose her hand a little bit, to give
I'd
you an
like that.
opportunity to rescue Dago with her kind of reaching out to you through being brash kind of thing.
Possibly giving her setting up a chance for her to slip up or something.
Yeah. So she thinks that she has you now. She thinks, oh my god, this idiot, he's gonna buy a ticket under a false alias that we clearly have registered.
That's right.
I'm gonna catch him in the act. And so just to sweeten the pot, she's gonna throw Dago in to kind of sweeten the pot and make sure that you're there at the spaceport and all this other stuff. Okay. So perfect. So I'm gonna write that down, that Dago's gonna be at the spaceport near the transport when you're getting ready to supposedly leave the planet, okay? Which will complicate things for you in a weird way, because you're going to be halfway across town trying to rob a convoy. This fucking music.
It's like elevator salsa.
I feel like it's like
Or train salsa.
what the crime scene investigators are like listening to in CSI or something.
All right, you still have some advantage, right? Was it 4 advantage?
4 advantage.
Okay. So,
It's too late.
what would you like to use with that?
I don't even know.
So what if he used some of it to help drive the price down?
Yeah,
For
that's
tickets.
exactly what I was going to use if
Yeah.
he didn't recommend
And
anything.
4 is quite a lot.
Yeah, so I'll say that for each success or for each advantage, you can knock off 50 creds,
The
so you get 200 back.
guy is a big
The
fan.
guy recognizes you from the Corellian Classic.
Fontaine.
In fact, if anything, I was going to say you use your positive emotion to like keep the secret that you're here, that you're in town, so he doesn't call it. And then he recognizes you.
Yeah.
And he asks you to sign his data pad.
Do you sign it as Ricky or do you sign it as
No, I
Remy?
would sign it as Remy.
Yeah, duh.
Like, who is this?
Duh. And then he takes a picture and he says, "Post this to Facebook.
Yep.
I'll be famous."
Somewhere
one day."
else while Bruto is making bombs.
Remy! Get well soon. Your heart rate is severely elevated. I recommend you take a more relaxing.
Doc, I'm building bombs.
Doc, I'm part of the crew of the Cobalt Crate. I'm gonna die of a heart attack any minute.
Get me an aspirin.
All right.
Aspirin.
And lastly, what is Triz's last aspect of mission prep? Right, we have ruses of the droid leaving off world to get Chimera
really seems to be
distracted.
working.
We've got the bombs, we've got the explosives, we've got the route, we've got the
course.
guns. What's the last aspect? Heroic speech?
No.
That and a suit up montage.
Do you have any ranks in leadership?
2.
2? I think
Sounds like heroic speech.
I think it's heroic speech. I mean, you don't have to actually give a speech, but you could rally your troops to be as prepared as possible, right? To be disciplined.
Okay.
You sound so sad being the leader of the party. I guess. All right, so let's go ahead and get a leadership check. This will be, the day of the mission.
Is it against our willpower?
It's definitely against your guys' understanding of that this is a dangerous mission that will potentially get you killed. Whatever that check.
Let's put it against Remy's of that then, because mine is probably really high.
1 red and 1 purple.
That was quick. He just.
Well, if I'm
What'd you
looking at
pull it
like
from?
discipline, that's what it would be.
Oh.
Actually, I do have that skill check that's opposed by stuffs, right? I gave it to you guys
yeah.
just down there. Yeah. So what is leadership opposed by?
Leadership is opposed by discipline.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So worst discipline of the party.
I think
Where's
we have
the
the
bar
same.
when you need her?
I have a will of 1, but I have 2 ranks in discipline.
Okay.
That'd be the same.
So it's a red and a purple.
Okay. So here's the deal. I'm gonna give you guys a boosts and setbacks, right? So you get a boost from having some killer guns, right? You get a boost
And
from having
weapons,
explosives. Thank you. You get a boost from having great homemade explosives, right?
I've been
So you get a
cooking.
second boost. You get a setback from a very vague description of where to ambush the location.
On the street.
Look, it's on the street. There's an alleyway that we can hide in as it drives by.
Yeah.
It's not a killing field. It's an
Yep.
alleyway.
Every picture he shows you is super blurry. He's just like, click.
It's really close to a school. If we hit it at the right time, the
Yeah.
Like
crossing guard
whenever
will
he
be
takes
out.
a selfie,
Right.
it's like perfect.
You have a setback.
Shoot rockets near us.
You have a setback based off of Remy's sketchy story about how he got super cheap tickets for him in the droid off world. Sounds very sketchy. So I'm going to give you another setback from that tall tale. And I
still don't
think
believe
that
you shot a TIE
might be
fighter.
your dice pool.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to flip a destiny point, give you guys 1
Oh, thank
to
God.
upgrade a second purple to a second red. Or a purple to a second red. Okay, here it is. For them marbles.
Oh,
Alright.
thank God. No despairs.
Let's get rid of all those blanks. Okay, these two cancel each other out. Which leaves you with
This is just like all the rest of
an
our
advantage.
mission.
a fail and an advantage. So you guys, so she tries to just give us like a bullet point of your arousing speech.
Alright, guys. Not gonna be easy, but it'll be fun.
It's not going to be easy, but it'll be fun. Is the domestic
Bruto.
terrorism.
About right.
Yeah,
Push his safety glasses back up his nose,
yeah.
like expecting more.
Doc, as you guys are like getting ready to leave, Doc is probably not coming with.
I'll hold down the bunker.
Yeah, he's like, I will sorely miss each and every one of you. And RC's like, shut up, Doc. We'll be just fine.
Remy didn't want to go on this mission, but now he's like, well, if it will be fun.
We'll probably die, but we'll have a good time doing it. Yes. So, what's the natural healing rules?
1 a day.
1 a day. Okay.
We house rolled something different.
Did we?
Oh,
Yeah, we did
like
brawn
con.
per night.
Yeah, brawn per night. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll heal 4 extra.
Okay.
Because this is 2 days, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, so that's your mission prep. We are about to attack the Imperials while they're coming through town, stealing their foodstuffs. But most importantly, the piece of equipment that's going to be plugged into RC's ship that's going to get you guys off-world and back on Vox's trail. However, Chimera is here, and she is going to use every asset available to her to thwart you guys and prevent you guys from escaping so that she can ultimately track down this devious droid and solve this riddle with you guys or for the Empire. So with that, we will call this a session, and we will see you again next week for more domestic terrorism.
Watch us die! So we have a redheaded lady trying to prevent us from stealing foodstuffs. So effectively, we're after her lucky charms.
No. No.
Oh no, Imperial! I've been shot.
Imperial gunshots!
And then just a dramatic, ridiculous death scene. Let's try this again.
Rule books for everyone. Revenant, the Mandalorians, and the Jedi Civil War. Random page I opened up to.
Don't read that!
Spoilers!